Today on MC Sports, we have the Menlo Knights at the Menlo-Atherton Bears. It's the Knights and the Bears coming up next on MC Sports. Good evening, everybody. I'm Kieran Costa, and welcome to MA Bear Stadium, and joining me today is Lev Miller and Sine Singani. Today we have a great matchup between the Bears and the Knights. Any initial thoughts, guys?
Well, when you look at the Menlo-Atherton Bears, they come in with a great rushing attack. We're going to look at number 1 today for the Menlo-Atherton Bears, the Marshawn Payton. He's leading the team in rushing and rushing attempts, so it's going to be interesting to see how the Menlo-Atherton Bears could use his power and attack for this offense.
We've got the opening kickoff for this homecoming game for MA coming up next on MC Sports. We welcome you back to Coach Park's Field in Menlo-Atherton, California. You see right here, the MA Bears are getting their crowd hyped up for a big one against their private school opponent, the Menlo Knights. It's going to be a great one. What do you think the outcome will be tonight, Sine?
Well, I mean, these two teams are obviously really nice offensively, but I think what it comes down to is the defense. Whichever team can step up and get the most turnovers and the stops first will be the winner of this game, and I might have to take the home team, Menlo-Atherton. Just, you know, from the plain looks of it, I mean, I know that's not a very in-depth analysis, but from the plain looks of it, this team just looks bigger, stronger, and of course, you can't ignore the fact that they're at home with this crowd. It's feeding off that energy. So you have to keep in mind that, and this is also a big game for this team because they're coming in here with a 2-0 league record. So you want to have a good record too because they're 4-2 also overall.
I'm going to take the Menlo-Atherton football too because the fact that it is their homecoming game and they'll have the crowd in this.
Yeah, both of you guys saying the crowd will be a big factor. I agree, and staying calm. Both these teams, for MA, there's adrenaline coming, big game in front of a home crowd, and right now the Knights are coming into MA looking for a big win, and
they need to quiet this crowd first.
Yep, that's what I was thinking. They need to shut this crowd up early, and
because Menlo-Atherton, they're going to look anything they can do to get this crowd as rowdy as possible.
Yep. The captains are out on the field talking with our 2 referees in the center, 2 on the far sideline, 1 here. Coach Adhir Ravabati for the MA Bears on this coast sideline, he's trying to lead his team to become 3-0 in league, while Coach Joshua Bowie's coming in here. They're 1-0 in league, looking for a big win away at MA.
Yeah, league games are, you know, you cannot really stress the importance of league games enough. League games are so important for all teams, you know, especially when it comes down to the playoff time. Then that's where the ranking comes in place with the league and obviously the overall. But the little games and the little things that the teams will do, each side will do today, will help this team win. And it's about getting defensive stops and also sticking with your offensive game plan as the game goes on.
Looks like Feliti Malupo might get the start here as he was up there taking the coin toss.
And it is time for your national anthem here in Menlo-Atherton. And it's finally time for football at Coach Park's Field. You see the MA sideline runs straight over after the national anthem. Hugs and high fives to all the Menlo players and staff to start this one. And it is just about time for some in-league football here in Menlo-Atherton.
I guess a good act of sportsmanship there. High fives for everyone. And I mean, just looking at it from from the naked eye, I guess, is that the sideline for Menlo is looking a little less dense, you can say. They have less players.
Yep.
And that's going to be, I mean, seems like we're going to have a lot of players suiting up twice for each side of the ball today. And that is very typical in high school football.
We had a great rendition of the national anthem. It seemed from the MA choir group from all ages. They were standing there and singing our national anthem. 12-minute quarters in college football.
Oh, we are getting ready for action as it looks like Menlo will be
Menlo-Atherton looks like they'll be the kick. Yeah, MA's kicking. And already before the game's even started, the MA band is into it. They're already playing.
Wait, what are you guys from?
And it's time for some Friday night football at Coach Park's Field. The kick is up and away. A line drive drilled into the Menlo end zone. He takes it back and takes a knee. And Menlo will be starting with the ball at the 25, I think.
Jaden Richardson getting that catch there.
Menlo in the huddle calling the first play of the game. Menlo lined up.
First play of the game.
One man in the gun. Rolls right, throws to the sideline. Just a bit short.
Yeah, and he stepped back and tried to throw that ball, but just a little short. It seems like there was pressure coming from the left side. And interesting to see number 6 on coverage. And number 6 is Justin Anderson, and he is a good corner.
Justin Anderson is also a basketball player. Great for the MA Bears last year, we saw. Dylan Grady's gonna scramble. My bad. That was Kevin Alcaron, the quarterback, turned and scrambled for a couple yards, and it will be third and looks like 7-ish.
Well, I mean, the pressure is just coming for this offensive line, and especially Kevin Alcaron, who is on the run. We saw him last play, pressure coming from the left side, and this time coming right up the middle. So this O-line kind of has to do a better job and protect this quarterback right now.
3rd and 9. Alcaron. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to the left running down the sideline.
Flag down.
And seems like an early flag before the snap is off. So
Just underway here. 3rd and 9 from the 21. 10:46 and counting to go. Menlo looking to continue this first drive. It's a 5-yard penalty to put the ball on the 26-yard line.
I don't know what the call was there, but it seems like the refs talked it over and they didn't really make a call on the field, so maybe they picked it up.
Alcaron back, throws, has a man, bobbled off the offense, bend the defense, back to the offense, intended receiver Dylan Grady.
Well,
Incomplete, 4th down, and MA looks to be getting the football.
well, that was
10-13 to go, just underway here.
Well, that was just excellent coverage right there up the middle by the linebacker because he was targeting one of his tight ends there. And for Alcaron, once again, the pressure was high. And seems like all 3 drives, the 2 defensive ends and even the defensive tackle in that case, able to get up the gut and
Grady
pressure
was
the quarterback.
very close there to getting that catch, but he didn't.
And now we have Justin Anderson, the dangerous return man, back.
Dylan Grady to punt. To Anderson. No, it's going to go out of bounds, straight out of bounds. At the 42 maybe? My bad, the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bears. They're looking to jump out to an early lead at home.
Yeah, and I think, Lev mentioned it before, the crowd plays in such a big factor. Almost everyone here is standing, maybe except for the parents section there, but the student section is up on their feet. And if you can keep this crowd standing this whole night, that means you have done your job. Homecoming game, and a lot of emotions today for this game.
Yep. MA has the ball now.
On the 43.
Jack Alexander QBing for them. Kevin Chen lined up on the left side on defense. Destin Hawkins, the running back, pushed out of bounds towards the Menlo sideline. Pick up a 4, 2nd and 6.
And an interesting thing to point out there, they took the run from shotgun, had 2 running backs. The quarterback, Chen did, and I think the same formation here again. There seems like they're trying to fake the run.
Pass caught. 1st down, MA. He's dragged down. Jack Alexander, pass complete for the 1st down. And Justin Anderson has been lined up alone with Kevin Chen on the sideline. It looks like again, and Chen with a obvious height advantage. Do you think they're going to use that matchup today, Lev?
They might. I mean, it depends on what happens.
It's interesting to see what the running back format is right now. We have a running back going left, and the pass is screen, and that's caught. And
yeah, that's
nice
first
gain.
down.
Pushes his way out for a gain of 5 or 6.
That's a
Calm down. It's fine. Just say number 15 for now, wherever it is.
2nd and 3. Number 15's been in the gun for MA. 8:10 to go. It's been a promising drive early for the Bears. Let's see if they can cash it in. Number 15 rolls right. There's a flag on the play and throws it straight out of bounds.
Well, regardless of the flag, that was just a nice play there to throw it out of bounds instead of taking the loss for the sack. Just take another fresh set of downs, and then instead of having the ball back there with the lost play. So good job there, good awareness.
Jaden Baker's their running back. He's a senior at 5'8".
Another flag was just thrown. We'll see what the call is.
And it looks like it will be on
7:44 left.
MA.
Yeah.
Illegal formation is the call. 2nd down and 15 to go.
They let the play keep on.
I mean, bit of a slow start here for the MA offense after getting the 1st down.
Both offenses have not really. 2nd and 15 from exactly the 50. Number 15 back, looks, fires, caught between 3 defenders. Jake Wang, the catch. Dylan Grady was there on coverage, along with Jaden Richardson, and Chen came over late. 1st and 10, they're in Knights territory.
Now, there's just a nice route pattern there by the receiver. Way to hit it. Oh, and caught him outside. Nice. Great execution. I think that's one of the most lovely things that I just enjoy watching is the hard snap count and getting the quarterback offside. I mean, excuse me, the defensive players offside. I think that's just, and also makes the offense feel so good too.
Should set up 1st and 5.
1st and 10.
$15 in the gun again. Looks to fire right, nobody there. And
pass intended once again there was for Jake Wang again.
So Jack Anderson, the quarterback, he was trying to look for the receiver there, but just seems like they didn't connect on the route pattern there. So
and
2nd down.
He's lucky it wasn't intercepted. It was a throw going down. It would have been hard pick, but there's 3 Knights there and no Bears. Anderson, it's a bad snap. He dives on it and goes down at the 42, flag on the play.
A lot of laundry here in the first few minutes for this football game. And again, penalties also is that one thing that will come back to bite you at the end. And the Menlo defense definitely short-handed, but they're holding up pretty nice here. Remember, not the greatest field position for Menlo to defend against, because remember, the Bears started out with at the 42, so that's pretty close to their own in their territory. So the Menlo defense is holding up somewhat well, especially with all these flags coming in. Also to point out, another flag that pushes this offense back. Last time they picked it up, can they pick it up this time?
Malik Johnson comes off the field, and this time we have Justin Anderson lined up with Kevin Chen. They haven't gone to that one yet. J.D. Carson, the wide receiver, comes on for Johnson. Anderson in the gun again. Another bad snap, but he holds on to this one. He's rolling out. He's going to take it himself. On 3rd and 19, he picks up a couple, maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah, he could not get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Pocket collapsing on him.
Yeah.
Tackle made by Ranier Babiria.
Nice job to get anything. 4th and 15. Anderson still on the field. Is he the punter, or are they going for it?
Interesting, you know, there's a sideline coach, I guess. I mean, he doesn't have a headset on, but he's calling some plays. He has a jersey on, so maybe a player-coach situation here.
4th and 15, it looks like they're going for it. Anderson in the gun. Throws fires a short pass behind the line of scrimmage. It's caught. Caught by J.D. Carson. Just comes into the game. Takes it down the sideline for a huge pickup. First down.
As you said earlier, putting in the subs maybe, and that turned out well as they get the first down.
Moving the sticks on 4th and 14 from the 40. Gutsy move early. A gutsy move early by coach.
That's a very frustrating situation for the Menlo defense because you seem like you have him 4th and 14 and then boom, a play blows up, first down, and now they're in the red zone.
1st and 10 from the 19.
Snap.
Ennison looking. Oh, off the hands of Justin Anderson. Nice move to get by Chen. Just had it bounce off his hands. He really wanted that one. 2nd and 10.
Sometimes, it just slips right off of your hand, and that's what happened here.
Very
Not
close
a mental
though.
mistake. Yeah, Menlo-Atherton is knocking on a touchdown here.
Ennison in the gun. Hawkins behind him. Gives to Hawkins. Busts through the line of scrimmage. Inside the 10. He gets open. Touchdown MA. And Gatorade and water's flying in the student section. 7-0 PAT pending. This place is going nuts. Hawkins busted up his first guy and dragged himself in. Touchdown MA. Huge early boost. This place going crazy.
Yeah, as I said earlier, and now probably Menlo is crushed right now. Their whole objective to keep the crowd silent just failed.
Had him 4th and 15. Ended up, if you're Menlo defense, you had him 4th and 15, ends up with a touchdown, but kick is good. Anthony Walker.
And it's now 7-0. Bears take the lead early.
Yeah, the atmosphere is just crazy. I mean, you're looking at the student section right now, and I mean, everyone has been standing since the beginning of this game. It's been what, about 6-7 minutes since this game has started, and no one has sat down. And just a fabulous drive there by the Menlo-Atherton Bears to take the lead. And now let's see what they can do on defense.
Yeah, let's see how the Menlo offense can bounce back after the defense gave up a quick score. Anthony Walker to kick again. It looks like Connor McCusker back to return. Drilled. That's going to be caught. And he caught it on the 1. And I think they called he went back into the end zone. Yes, he did. Touchback. Nice starting with the same field position as last time.
See if Menlo can actually do something on this drive. They need to get something to happen as you saw, already 7-0 Menlo-Atherton.
They have 1 yard of offense so far, 3 and out last time.
What usually tends to happen during high school games that whoever scores first has such a high percentage chance of winning. And that's just because the momentum, when the momentum's on your side, it's just hard to bring down for the other side. So it's going to be crucial for Menlo to get at least something going this drive.
Yep. In the gun, throws deep high. And actually, that's a great heads-up play by Jaden Richardson, the junior. He was never going to catch that ball, but he batted it down like a defender, knowing there was someone right behind him who would have had an easy pick.
Yeah, I don't.
Errant throw, but good heads-up football.
Yeah, you're right on with the errant throw part. That, I don't really know why he threw that. If the receiver doesn't turn around, it's kind of hard to connect with that.
He was open though, like he had him. his throw's just high.
Yeah, I guess he had the right idea there, but unable to connect.
Give you an
Second
idea
down.
of how high the throw. He is 6'2", so. he's
Al
still-
Carone in the gun. Oh, a quick pressure. Down he goes. Inside the 15-yard line, and he's still down. This could be huge for Menlo. Al Carone, the QB, is still on the ground. Looks like he's grabbing his leg.
It's hard to tell from here because he's on the other side of the field, but this is just bad news if you're Menlo. I mean, you know.
Joe Poshlower with that sack there, but
I mean, when you look at injuries, injuries are bad itself, but looking at the team right now, I can count on my fingers
Now
how
we
many
can do
people
it.
they have on their sidelines here. I mean, it's going to be tough. This is not a very deep team today.
2nd and 18 to go, but that's not the worry on the Menlo sideline right now. They're more worried about Al Carone.
he's still on the field. And
Justin Sellers looks to be the other quarterback on the roster.
There's actually a couple, Henry Knoll, Justin Sellers, that we have listed on our rosters. So
And on the Menlo sideline, Sellers is playing catch with Henry Knoll, the other QB. So we don't know which one of them's loosening up, but it looks like it's Sellers because Sellers has a guy next to him catching the football so he doesn't hurt his hands and to keep him fresh. And Al Carone's still down. This could be brutal for Menlo. As Tanae said, not many people to come in for him.
And we got a full crew out there. There's a lot of people looking, and this actually may be serious injury that could affect lots.
And looking from it from here, from on the sidelines, we have number 7, Justin Sellers, warming up with a few receivers. So seems like it's him as a backup quarterback.
Sellers is a junior, 6'4", 185.
As Tanae, you said earlier, their bench does not look, you could count 10 people on that bench. There's no one there. So
And Alcaron has now gotten up, so hopefully he can get back on the field. But Justin Sellers now, the junior.
at least he's walking. He was holding his knee earlier. So.
He came off by himself, and Sellers is not running the offense. Maybe now they go to their run game a little more with their backup QB in there.
I absolutely do not think they're going to do that. This is a passing team. And, yep, they drop back and pass.
Sellers rolling right. They might get him too. He takes it out of bounds for maybe a pickup of 1. 4th and 17 it looks to be.
And the crowd booing because seems like
They're not really happy that they move out of the way.
And they'll be punting. The Knights will be punting deep in their own territory. Standing at about the 50,
Anderson.
Justin Anderson.
Yeah. And Sellers is also in the play.
High snap. Grady makes the catch. Oh, not
no.
a good punt. Flag on the play. That might be a block in the back. Kicked out. It goes out at the 30. So even with the penalty, they'll have great field possession. High snap. Dylan Grady really needed to get it out of there quick, or else it might have been a safety. But
That's hard, though. He must feel crushed. That's like a 20-yard punt.
not a
maybe.
great punt, but not really his fault. He had to get it out of there quick. Again, the O-line collapsed even on the punter, and that was not a good snap. He really got up like a basketball player to catch that football. It looks like it will be on MA, and they'll move it back. 1st and 10, 3:32 to go in the first.
So I mean that punt kind of that penalty kind of saved them, right? Because that
43.
pushes them from about the 32 to about the 42. So, or excuse me, 43. So they still have good field position, but that penalty, big 10 yards.
Ennison throws. Oh, had a man. Just a little screen pass, it looked like.
I don't know what he was doing there. He pump faked a little bit and then threw it right back to him. So
Pass intended. Pass intended for Jake Wing.
Has it been Sam Chung lined up with Ennison most plays?
And you know, when you look at that pass, it was also low. You know, the running back was open, but it's just about the timing of it. The pass was low.
Ennison, Menlo crowd making some noise. Give to
Ace.
Sam Chung. Doesn't pick up a lot.
It was
Oh, wait. My bad. Destin Hawkins on the run.
Connor McCuster looks like on the sack there.
And that was just a great defensive stop there. The handoff was, it was a little bit shaky also I think seems like the quarterback, the running back weren't as fluid as you would like to be on a handoff, but
Sets up a 3rd and 10 from the 43. Give to Hawkins again. Beats one man, not the second. Drags out the pile. First, and the ball's loose. Menlo thinks they have it. And the call is 4th down and 0-0. They went for it in the first half at 4th and 15. Right now it'll be like 4th and 8, and they're up 7-0 with even better field position. Will they go for it again, do you think?
I think you have to. Why not? You like your chances to go for the 4th and 8 there, and you also have good field position. So even if you turn it over, you're still there at a good spot.
And again, they're going for it. Ennison. Hawkins next to him. Ennison sacked at the 50. That line was just busted up by Brian Matre.
Can I just say this? What a great defensive sequence there. All odds are against you. Your quarterback just got injured, and then what do? Bam, come back the other way, sack the other quarterback, and take it, hold up against a really good field position. And now you have the ball at really the best spot that they've had it, at around the 50-yard line. So let's see if they can advance it. We remember last drive we also said the same thing. Can they get something going? They weren't able to, but the defense got a huge break there.
Ball placed on the 50, just under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Sellers in there again. Samson Axe to his right. Jack Pimwad in motion. The snap to Sellers. Looks deep. One-on-one coverage. Intercepted.
Justin Anderson, the return man, the cornerback, he does it all.
And pass intended for Kevin Chen, but overthrew him, and then Anderson was just outrunning Chen, and that was right to him.
Back and forth we go.
Yep. The Bears with the ball again. This is their worst field position of the game. Let's see if they can get in the end zone to end the first and extend their 7-0 lead. Ennison, give to Hawkins. Tripped up at about the line of scrimmage, pickup of 2. Clock running, 1:20 to go. Ennison leading this team. He has 2 men behind him this time. Ennison has it, throws, nice catch. And one move to get by the first guy.
Oh,
Jack
man.
Alexander with the catch, and
It took 3 people to take him down. He just didn't feel like going down. Showing the strength right there.
under a minute to go.
The biggest thing about that pass right there is that it's still a third down, but the third down becomes a whole lot shorter, so that's a whole lot of pressure.
And I wonder if they don't get it, if they'll go for it on 4th down again.
I think this is a 4-down team. I don't think they really have a punter listed on the roster.
Wait, is it Menlo football? Because there's line changes all up and everywhere. And Sellers is coming onto the field. Are they calling it a fumble?
Seems like it is. I mean, I did see number 5, Jalen Richardson, the free safety, come up with the football. And it seems like at the end of the play, but I thought the refs waved it off. It seems like it's the Menlo
has it
school
on
football.
the 32. Sellers back. And the Menlo line jumped. Looked like Brian Matre.
You know, the mental mistakes are catching up here to the Menlo football. So it's gonna be a lot of flags here, a lot of penalties in the first quarter for not just Menlo, but Menlo-Atherton too.
MA student section chanting, "You can't do that," after the penalty on the Knights.
That's
Yep.
good stuff. That's really good.
Yeah, also, the other thing is on the other side, we're talking about Sellers rolls
rolling
out.
right. Quick toss down the sideline. Looks like he got the first down for Samson Axe. And this is the loudest the Menlo section's been all night.
Yeah, I know. I was just about to say that. We've talked about the Menlo-Atherton Bears side. Let's talk about the away side here. They've had a nice little rowdy crowd there, too, with how many people they have packed.
Well, they haven't really had much to be rowdy about until now, but they have good field position, so.
1st and 10 on the 20.
The other thing is that the kicker, number 88, I believe, I don't see him on the sideline, so it seems like they will still, and remember, they have punted it a while, so maybe they might go with their punter.
Sellers rolls left again. Rolls right. He's under pressure. There's 5 guys next to him, and he takes it out for a pickup of yards.
Beautiful.
Nice play. Rolls left, and he's rolled left every time. Maybe the MA Bears defense has read that. They all came in from the left. The right was wide open. Chased him out. He was faster than them.
Just
Picked up a couple.
Yeah, pure speed shown. He
6.
sees the pressure coming from the left, from his left, so he rolls right. The play, I think, was a little bit of a rollout to find the fullback again, and he picked up 6 yards. That's great, showing off his speed. And that's what you want of the quarterback. You want him to be a good passer, but also mobile.
He's rolled left every time. Let's see what he does this time.
Few receivers in motion, too.
3 lined up to the left. Give to Axe. Runs right. Loses yardage.
Yeah, that's what you get paid. You'll get penalized for that clock running right now.
It looks like this will be coming up on the last play of the first quarter.
Yeah, they might have to go no snap.
Just under 15 seconds,
And they're
that's
going to wait it out.
What that does to end the first quarter is that not only does that lose yard, but I kept talking about this momentum. Momentum was just lost there because all this time you have the team moving forward, but now loss of yardage.
3rd and 7 from the 17 coming back. 3rd and 7 when we come back. Say they pick up 2, 3. What do you think they do on 4th down? 4th and 3 from the 14, let's say.
Well, I would kick it. Actually, you know what? I changed my answer. I would go for it. This defense has been playing well. The defense has been playing, holding up for Menlo. And this MA offense hasn't been going after that first touchdown drive. So I would like to take that risk, even if it's bad field position. Just go for it, see what happens. Yeah.
And we'll come back at the second quarter, hopefully.
We are just about ready for the second quarter. Lev Miller will be your play-by-play announcer for this second quarter of this football game.
Yes, and they're starting in good field position. 3rd down and 6. We're ready for whatever they need to be ready for, and we might see the Menlo crowd getting a little excited soon, and they could get back into it on any play coming up soon. And if any of you sports fans out there, if you are a big fan of
pass caught by Chen, huge hit, and it comes loose. And it looks like the call will be no catch, not a fumble.
So I think they're going for the field goal, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to kick the field goal now. Kicker, Dylan Grady is going to kick this ball, looking for the 3 points to maybe get their team back in it, and it is good. So Menlo gets some points up on the board, and it's now 7-3.
Just snuck that one in.
I respect the decision to go for a field goal, honestly, not that bad. 7-3. You had the game going at 11:49. Maybe you can get a defensive stop, get it back, and then we'll see what happens from here. But the thing that's impressed me the most so far in the first quarter, I don't know about you, Kieran, but Menlo has been playing great defense considering the less amount of men they have on their field right now.
And size.
Yeah.
MA has the advantage all the way.
And we've just been saying all night long, just the reason that they have 10 players on their bench, and Menlo-Atherton has like 50, is big difference.
Justin Anderson back with JD Carson
And
for
of
this
course,
kick.
Grady will be taking the kickoff again.
And I don't think they want to kick it to Justin Anderson. He showed off his skills already in this one.
Oh, Grady, and everybody's ready, and the kick will come in. Squibb, hit, running up, and he's taken down there. Good yardage there. That was Kobe Trigstad there, senior 6'2", weighs 260 pounds there, gains a few yardage.
This Menlo defense really needs to step up, get their team a stop after the offense did their job getting a score. They've been solid all night with a stop.
And now it will be back again. Here he takes it and throws, and no one there.
Second and 10 from the 35. They keep passing. They haven't really run much today, which is to my surprise because they do have a nice rushing attack with Peyton and Justin Anderson.
Well, let's see what Ensign can do on this next play as he's getting plays coming in. And still trying to negotiate what they're going to do. The rest of the team waits in the huddle.
And the Menlo crowd trying to get into it.
Oh man, that's a let. They
Nice.
just lost a lot. It might be a 3-2-yard loss as
Huge third down coming up.
And it was right on the mark
Latu
there.
was the one getting the tackle there.
You also have to credit the D-line, but also at some point you have to look at the O-line and say, you know, you have to hold up a little bit if you're an offensive lineman. But they just did not hold up. Number 77, right tackle. Interesting to watch those two positions because pressure will come off the side.
Back Ensign, looking where to throw. Pressure coming, he'll chuck it long. Just out of reach there. Justin Anderson.
Hold up, we got a flag. And roughing the passer, first down.
Jake Wang and, my bad, Dylan Grady was in coverage, it looks like, along with Jack Pimlott on that play.
We definitely know about all the roughing the passer stuff going around in football actual, and that was a penalty roughing the passer there.
And that's such a key penalty because that moves them to the 50 now from the 35.
Huge. And as I said, like if Justin Anderson caught the ball, that's almost a touchdown, but just out of reach.
Oh, and the fumble.
And it looks like Ensign will recover that one.
The shotgun play action passes are so hard, especially the RPOs, run pass options, are so hard to carry out because the quarterback has to decide in just a split second whether he wants to keep the ball for himself or hand it off to the running back, and sometimes the ball slips out of your hands, which is what happened there.
2nd and 14, this offense needs to keep rolling.
That snap taken, but the whistle has been blown as
There's been so many flags for a high school football game.
it looks like the catch was made by Jake Wang, but it was after
There's
the
been
whistle.
yellow flying in the air all night long.
Yep, and it's hurt both sides. Now the MA Bears will get a little bit of a taste of penalty. 2nd and 19, so they move back 5 yards. So in turn, from where this drive started out from, the 35, it's at the 41 now.
It did
Man
start
in
on the
motion.
35. Ensign lined up in the pocket. Ensign. He'll toss it. They're looking, and he's wide open. Goes down. It'll be taken down there.
A great block by the running back and strong safety, Dustin Hawkins, came up with a humongous block against a guy much bigger than him on that play. Sets up a reasonable third down, and he bailed out his QB there. There's a guy coming straight at him.
Julian Garcia with that catch there, and now that's clutch. 3rd and 3.
You know, but after all that work, you still look at it, a 16-yard pass, still 3rd down. So 3rd and 3, you got to be big.
Hawkins
Take
again
snap
with the block.
there, and he'll get in. There's a first down. Great job as he's taken out of bounds.
You're wondering why they're finding the receivers so quickly
It
and
looks like it
so fast is because the corners are playing such soft coverage. They're sagging off, and they're not playing up to the line. So it's easy for the receivers to get open.
That was Garza again. 2 catches, and just like that, it's a first down.
But Menlo's sideline is just empty. I don't know what else to say. There's nobody there.
I'm
And
glad you
it's
just
there.
realized.
And it's just no one there, and it'll be a 2nd and 10. How about the turnaround on the 2nd and 19? I mean, how clutch is that to get from 2nd and 19 to 3rd and 3?
Very clutch for the fact that that's really what their lead depends on, because if it's 7-3 and they can't convert here as a score, then Menlo has a chance to take the lead against MA. And it seems like a timeout is called.
I'm pretty sure that one was MA.
8:29 left here in the second quarter. 7-3, MA leads.
And it's been a pretty low scoring and close first half so far. MA looking to blow this game open, not really blow it open, just get themselves a little bit of wiggle room with any type of score here, either to go up a touchdown or go up 11.
It's actually a very nice game, as it's close and it's not a blowout. And I mean, there might not be as much scoring as we may want there to be, but honestly, look at this. It's been a pretty close matchup. Who do you think has been the better team so far?
Defensively, Menlo. Offensively, MA. I mean, I know those go against each other, but the Menlo offense has really not been great at all, stalling a couple times, and the MA defense has been solid, but the Menlo defense has been good.
Low snap. He ought to throw it, and that could be, and he keeps running. There he goes, and he's taken down finally. Great run, though.
Huge missed tackle there, because where the initial contact was made, it was right around the line of scrimmage. So that would have been only a 3 or 4 yard gain. Instead, it turns to a first down. And
Chase and Whistle there was the catch and the run.
it seems like the quarterback did not panic, and that's very key with the screen, because you have so many defenders coming at you at once. It's hard to not get a little bit scared.
Looked like he had 3 people just coming straight at him.
Yep. Ball in the 23 with 7:50 to go. So let's see what they can do.
Snap. Oh, it's loose, and another one. Again, it's continuing to happen.
Edison's got it every time, but if this keeps happening, Menlo's going to get one at some point. I mean, There's been 3 so far. Edison's dove on every single one for a loss.
The last
Second
one
and 20.
Ensign,
Took him out of the red zone.
Second 18. Ensign takes a snap. He'll look to throw. There's a throw. Deep, and it's caught for the touchdown. Joey Schuanson, and again, another touchdown, and now MA has gotten themselves wiggle room, as you said.
Number 3, Malik Johnson, former St. Francis Lancer, with that touchdown catch. Nice route run there, and he just has pure speed. And nice connection there.
Homecoming game is huge, as we can see, but cheering going on right now, just non-stop. Here at Menlo-Atherton High School, Coach Parks Field, it is 14-3 Menlo-Atherton Bears against the Menlo Knights.
I just can't get over how many people are here today on both sides. From the Menlo side, the away bleachers, the away bleachers are also full, and you kind of look at where we're here standing on the home bleachers. The parent section full, the student section is obviously full, and the band too.
There's almost 100 times the amount of people in the stands and on the sideline.
Looks like they will kick it off now. It's Anthony Walker with the kick. He caught in the end zone. And it will be another drive starting at the 25.
I'm excited to see Sellers and see what he can do with the football. He has only had a few drives, and with the drive that he has had, he made a good little scramble and a few good passes. So Sellers, of course, taken in for Alcaron early on.
Sellers has it. Rolls left
Yeah,
again, and they got him.
Hey, guess who that was? He just scored a touchdown. That was Malik Johnson. Came in on that blitz, playing both sides of the ball. He's a transfer from St. Francis. Played there freshman, sophomore year, and junior year. Now he's here at his final year for Menlo-Atherton, and it seems like it's paying off.
Second and 15 from their own 15.
Sellers there, waiting to take the snap. Gets the snap, looks, pressure's coming, and they got him again.
Wow. I mean, as a quarterback, you feel kind of helpless there. He stepped up in the pocket and tried to survey around, but there's absolutely no one open.
.556. We're more than halfway through this first half and the second quarter. Clock running at 5:39 and counting. Sellers in the gun.
Sellers is waiting to take the snap. He gets it, steps back to pass. He throws a big, and it's dropped there. Pass intended for Kevin Chen. That's just a shot in the back right there. That's hard. That's a first down and more. So you got it.
That was Joe Passpor. Tipped that one. But misdirection caused the drop from Kevin Chen. 4th and 15. The punting unit should be out. They're on their own 15-yard line. This would be huge to go for if they don't.
Would not be smart to go for it. Menlo-Atherton is probably praying for them to go for it.
He had a bad punt last time, but he was under pressure on a high snap.
It was 4th and 15, so.
Maybe a trick play because Sellers is right there.
Yeah, he even did that last punt, so I don't know. Oh, yeah,
Oh,
it is.
now he's running. And he's going, and he got taken down, and that's not good. No, man.
He had a lot of room up the sideline, but he was nicked in the ankle, sending him down. 5:27 to go, and MA Bears have it in the red zone.
This could be a huge decider right here, because there's amazing, great, just absolutely amazing field position for MA. Menlo-Atherton is frustrated with this, like, how did this happen? And they fake punt, and
It didn't pay off. It will either pay off and the coach will go crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
Players make great plays, or they don't.
MA just caught a break, so they need to take this. Ensign into the end zone. Oh, he just dropped it.
Going back to that 4th down play, I don't understand the decision to go for the punt there.
You mean not go for the
fake punt? Because you're so deep in your own territory. Now Menlo's in the red zone, knocking on the goal line.
Yup.
And MA can go up by a lot of points here, so I don't get the thought process there. Just be
MA Bears looking to go up big, and they get the ball to start the second half. Ennison looks to throw again. Fires, caught,
And he's still going with both legs grappled on.
Yeah, I haven't seen a tackle made by
was
Menlo.
Jake Wang.
I haven't seen a tackle made by Menlo today where they haven't needed 2 players to come help out.
This game's put on by the Midpen Media Center. We're down in Palo Alto. All volunteers, you guys should come out and join. We're the Midpen Media Center.
You could watch any games on channel 75, 29, 28, 25, and 24, I think. And now the snap by Ensign. Back. Caught. And we'll see. He says, a touchdown. Wow. I think that was Jack Alex. Wow. And his crowd's going bananas. Wow.
I get the Hoko spirit, but man, that's a lot of water thrown in the stands right now.
It's going everywhere.
Oh, man.
For those of you who don't know, the fans here are using their water bottles and Gatorade bottles to throw up in the air. I guess it's
There's
just
a
the
guy
Hoko
who's
spirit.
drenched.
Yo, this could be bad for our cameras, man.
Well, 21-3 now after this field goal.
Field goal, I mean PAT, and it's 21-3, and Menlo has to do something about this.
5 minutes to go. They need a touchdown and a stop to at least go into the locker room down 21-10, which is slightly more manageable than where they are now.
Well, again, you can keep saying that they have to get something going, but at what point do we say that, you know, Menlo has basically no options right now? Because to me, they haven't shown many options. And credit the
Their main
MA
quarterback
defense. The MA defense has just stepped it up after first few poor.
I say this is their
Drives.
last drive to get something done, especially because MA gets the ball to start the second half.
And to say quickly that the fact that their Jason Sellers is their quarterback in right now because their original was hurt on that sack.
Al Carone was.
Yeah, I mean, anything can happen in one play.
Driven
Kick back.
Again to the end.
And he'll have 1 foot in the end zone. And about approaching on 5 minutes left.
Interesting to see. Let's just recap what Sellers has done today. He scrambled right, an impressive run there, 7-yard pickup. But then
Every
again,
time he
came
rolls
back.
out, though.
Yeah, but you have to also, the pressure has just been there every single drive for Sellers. It's not really his fault. But what he has done to prevent that pressure from getting to him has been a little bit impressive to me. And he's a backup quarterback. I wonder how many reps he gets to practice, but it's not very much, especially with the first team. If they have enough for a first team and second team reps. We cannot emphasize more that they do have only 10 players.
Throw, and he's taken down.
Well, you wonder why he was taken down right away is because the throw was a little bit high, so the receiver had to go up and get it, and thus the defender jumped right under and tackled him by the legs.
Dylan Grady is 6 foot, but still had to jump up for that one.
Sellers really has not, this game yet, thrown a perfect throw. Most have been just a little bit high.
And also the fatigue is also getting to it. I just counted 8 people on the sideline, 8 subs that is. So there are a lot of players right now that we are noticing, especially
don't forget the offense.
number 9, Kevin Chen. He's been playing on both sides of the ball. He's doing a lot of busy work.
Sellers!
He just threw backwards. I don't know what he was thinking, and he's taken down, and that will be a flag as there was a
Horse
clear.
collar
Yeah,
is what
Malik
I'm
Johnson.
guessing.
Malik Johnson tugged on the helmet there and pulled him forward to the
Clearly
ground.
could
So that's a
see that.
flag right in front of the referee.
That was Samson Axe. But what I don't understand on that play is Sellers is running and he throws backwards, and they didn't.
I mean, if he'd run, he probably would have gotten 1 yard and got thrown down hard. On that pass,
instead they didn't gain anything. So
yeah, but
I mean, he did get the flag. So I mean, anything can happen on that.
no.
So.
I don't blame Sellers. I'm with Kieran there.
I don't blame him either. Give your receiver a chance to make the move against 2 guys instead of you running straight ahead into 4
he
guys.
also had 3 people on him. That could be dangerous. They don't want to lose another quarterback.
Oh, what I don't get is rolling a little bit every time, like we just saw there.
And he's going to have to go. He's running. Pressure on. Caught, though, and that's Grady there. And it looks like they might get the first down.
I don't.
They had the first down come with a penalty.
Seems like he has some type of special set up here, because he's rolling to the left first and then turning around, running the other way, because he's looking left every single time first, and then he looks right. So I think the defense keeps on expecting that he's going to throw left. If you notice on the next play, he's going to roll left first and then throw to the right. He just turns his full body. Something interesting that I
2nd and 8,
noted.
clock running at 3:20.
Here, Sellers will take the snap here in the pocket. Steps back. He'll chuck a high ball to Grady, and he's taken down, and a flag will be down.
Tripped up, so pass interference. That'll be a PI.
Skylar Thomas
That
there.
wasn't his fault. He tripped on his own feet. That was right in front of me. That's not pass interference.
We might have to.
And we're
see
hearing
what
things from the parents now. So now
That was not a pass interference. I was right here. It was right in front of me. He tripped on his own feet.
Yo,
That's
we've been
not pass
seeing-
interference.
we've been seeing a lot of student, but now the parents are starting to yell. And, you know, this could result in something different, but. Oh, man.
Oh!
Man, lots of yelling of open your eye. Man, Skylar Thomas there was the one who got the penalty.
Hey, it's a Hoko game. Emotions are running high. What else did you guys expect?
I mean, half the bench and the coach was right there. It happened right in front of them, and they all saw it. And I saw it. It was not pass interference.
And honestly,
the
I
thing about
believe that
the pass
he did.
interference call that to me
ref
it
was
makes
right
a little sense is that when the receiver is playing and when there's such tight coverage, it almost always favors the offense. The calls have to favor the offense. You could dispute it as much as you want, but I feel like the calls have to favor the offense. And that's
The ref
been
was
like
right there.
Oh, and Sellers up, and I don't know what he. Oh, he did! And what a catch! Why did you see that? Did you see that?
Beckham Jr. with the catch. Lays out complete backwards. What a catch. Flag on the play, though.
Look at this.
Look at it again.
And one-handed grab.
The young OBJ's in the building, but there's a flag on the play thrown away before that.
Hey, 2 players we've talked
They have
about,
it.
Malik
Justin
Johnson and Justin Anderson.
They have
Justin
it.
Anderson comes up with that pick right there.
And MA has 3:02 to get in the end zone and really put this one away early.
You
Let
know,
me say, this is crazy. Justin Anderson, we've seen his skill. We've seen everything he's been doing this game. That is a show of how good he is. One-handed OBJ, man, going out there and making that grab, giving his team another chance to get another score before the half is absolutely crazy.
every time we've seen some momentum shift to the Menlo side, they make a turnover or flag, and it goes right back to Menlo-Atherton.
And it's a high fly.
Touchdown.
And it's caught. And they're going down. There's going to be a touchdown. Touchdown. Joey Olshone. And that's his 2nd touchdown of the game.
What a throw, right on the money. Hit it
Wide
right
open.
there.
He beat their secondary just like that. He beat them at like the 50. Wide open. Touchdown.
And we're really feeling this energy over here with this crowd.
Right in the middle of this crowd, and they are going nuts.
Absolute amazing. You can see right here. Look at this crowd. The crowd is going absolutely ballistic.
Okay. Quick recap. Here are the last 3 plays. Pass interference call. Everyone hates it. Everyone's going nuts.
Yeah.
Crazy interception by Justin Anderson.
Yep.
70-yard touchdown pass. Of course this place is going crazy. 28-3.
Dude, that just shows the resilience of this football team. A bad call was what most people thought in the building. And you have to prove it out there, get the interception, and then go back and make the great play.
This place, they were really mad. They were just not excited at all. They were down. You could hear the booing. I mean, you were even like couldn't believe that they called it. And then that emotion turnaround is crazy as they did make the PAT.
I think on any given day, I'm putting my money on that cornerback to make a better play, though. You can just tell that fatigue is getting into these people and really wearing the people, the defenders out, because they're playing both sides of the ball.
They made a kick. 2:53 to go in the half. 28-3.
Down, and this will not go into the end zone. He will run it out. And he's looking, and he got taken down there around the 20.
Jaden Richardson has not been much of a factor. He's obviously one of their best players.
You know, for this offense, especially Sellers, the pressure has just been crazy. The O-line has not been able to hold up against the MAD line. And what this has resulted is in back-to-back turnover on down/turnovers. And for Sellers, I think it would just be a nice accomplishment to just get it out of the backside of the end zone, because remember, they have started that. Menlo-Atherton Bears have started on the other side of the field for a lot of drives. So if Sellers can just get it out at around and get it to about the 40, they'd be in good shape to at least make something happen.
.247 to go. They need a score.
Jason Sellers. And he'll try to reach in. Thinks like he will get the first down. 28-3, just as we thought not that long ago that Menlo was in the game. We do not think that anymore. This could be a problem. Today, what do you think on how the game has shifted over the past bit? As you can see, like going from 7-3, thinking that Menlo's still in it, to 28-3.
You know, it's kind of tough to answer that question, because when you look at Menlo-Atherton, they've just played so well both sides of the ball from really after that third, fourth drive, after it started setting in. And they've just fed off this crowd. We've seen big plays, and the fact that they are taking the big plays, the big shots down the field, shows you that they want to take the risks down the field, and they're not afraid to really carry off the energy that this crowd is giving them.
2:39, and Menlo School really need a score. I mean, they're down 28-3. Things are not looking good for that empty sideline. They have the ball at the 23.
2:39 to go, so let's see if they can get a few first downs before the 2-minute warning, and then they have a few timeouts to work with too. This has really been a struggling game for Menlo, and even it's also a road game.
Oh, he's gonna go. Whoa, another. And you said earlier how Sellers has had no play that's specifically been perfect, and
well, that was just the frustration pouring out there for number 5, Jaden Richardson. And as Kieran said earlier, he has not really been a factor at all in today's game, and you'd expect him to be one. You know, but coming in here, you could just tell that Menlo needed each and every one of these players to stand out and play well. So, and that has absolutely not happened, let alone, you know, the quarterbacking, especially with the injuries. It's been a struggle for Menlo today.
as you know, that their original quarterback was hurt, and Alcaron, I mean, that could really be a deciding factor and could be a huge blow.
Yeah, I don't see him on the sidelines. It seems like he was taken out on a not on a stretcher, but I guess he's out, not coming back for the game anymore. Sellers has also been in for a few drives now, so I feel like they're going to stick with him. And it's not like Sellers has had a really poor game per se, but Sellers has made the plays to get away from the pressure and done as much as he could. But I mean, we've also seen some drops. We've seen some bad route running. We've seen some
Menlo's
flags,
O-line has been non-existent all game long. Sellers has been rolling and throwing on the run almost every time. He's been playing in a collapsing pocket.
Now he'll take the snap here. See, right there, as the pocket collapsed, forced to throw to Dylan Grady, who is not even ready. Again, as you literally just said, the O-line collapses.
Okay.
I like the decision making there, though. The problem was that number 8, the receiver, Dylan Grady, tried to Odell that with one hand. And that's
That
not what you
one's
have to do.
on Sellers, though. He had him, and he overthrew him, and that was Grady's only chance.
And it's all the blame going over, and it's just going to keep going, and it's going to end up at the O-line because they have not, as you've seen, the pressure just on. That was the reason Sellers had to throw a quick throw to Grady, who had no chance of even making that catch.
But also, as far as the offensive play calling, we've seen very little runs from both sides, not just in Menlo, but also from Menlo-Atherton. And I feel like as we go down, as the clock winds down here, I think we're going to see Menlo-Atherton run the ball and grind it out a bit more to run the timeout.
.2:28 to go. Menlo, I think, has one more timeout to go, plus the 2-minute warning.
But this could end the half. Something that they do not want to happen is Menlo's already down big. The only way they have a mutual chance is if they can score now. And they're obviously looking. And right now the choice is go for it or not. Because if they go for it and they do not make it, then that practically means that the game's almost just about like end of half. They can score still. And if they scored, that would make it 30. They would make it 34 with a PAT 35. I mean.
Yeah, well, Coach Ravi Powdy has to be happy with the Bears offense and the Bears defense.
Go. Sellers down, and
he's very close to it. Oh, it was 4th down.
I think they're gonna give it to him. The forward progress. Good play there, out of the timeout.
2:18. Let's see if they try to run a play before the 2-minute warning. Justin Anderson is limping off the field.
That's not good.
And you see Kevin Chen, the receiver, calling for a faster play, but I think they're just going to run it down to the 2-minute warning.
My bad. There is no 2-minute warning.
I always forget that in high school football.
Every time. I'm like, okay. Then nope.
Sellers back. He'll take the throw. Big throw. Okay.
Not even close. No one near him.
And now that's something that we can't blame on the O-line. That is just pure.
Well, what he did was
Kevin Chen got held up a little bit, which cost him heat.
But what Sellers tried to do is that he was anticipating a hit there, so he kind of overshot him to get some more power on that, but he didn't get hit because the offensive lineman recovered. It's 2nd down and 10 with 1:45 to go here, 28-3.
Anderson sitting on the table talking to the trainer right now on the sideline, and they seem to be making him swing his left leg, maybe something on his left knee or something. And
1:45 left. Sellers takes the snap. Back to throw, and that's again O-line collapses. Sack made.
So he turned around because he was looking left. He turned around and he ran right into pressure as we have a player hobbling off the field here. Not a good look. 59.
That's Jack Hansen, the offensive tackle in the end.
Senior, 6'3", 220 pounds.
Get him off quick. Timeout. MA, I think. 1:35 to go.
And Menlo is suffering right now. This is just another one of MA's. They're just killing it, honestly. There's nothing that anybody can do about it. And the thing, I want to talk about, what do you think, Sinead, what do you think the things that they really need to improve on?
Are you talking about Menlo?
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, go back to the offensive line. The MAD line is just absolutely tearing it up in the front. And Sellers has had no time to throw, and when he has time to throw, drops, lazy footwork. I think I've seen it all. from my
Anderson's off
perspective.
the training table, standing on the sideline with his teammates now. He might come in for the next play. Helmet on. Sellers set up with a 3rd and 18, 24. Ball on the 24, 1:35 to go in the first half.
Yeah,
Needs
other
to get
thing that
some magic.
I've noticed is that the Menlo corners are not sagging off.
3 and 18.
And
Got him
He's
again.
down, and there's no way they're going
ball's
for it
off?
now. I think he was down before he left it out, but now there's no going for it.
That looked like a live ball, so I don't know.
Chance of where you going rain down on Sellers.
Well, so what Coach Patty's trying to do right now is that he's trying to take a timeout to get the ball back because they're so deep in territory. We've already seen that their punt squad is
Let's see if-
not the best.
It's 4th down. And
Let's
they
see if
don't even
Anderson
know.
will receive the punt after hopping off a training table and he's out. He's back.
It's 4th down and 28. So we pretty much know there's no going for it on this.
Also,
Well, last time it was 4th and 18 in their own end. We also thought they weren't going for it.
Yeah,
well,
but yet
also
again, that was
uninteresting
10
thing
yards
right now is that Coach Patty's having an intense talk with quarterback number 15 Anderson, and seems like they're kind of scheming of what to do because they're going to get the ball back and they're going to have about a minute or so. They also have no timeouts remaining, so they're already planning for the next set of drive.
Yeah, well,
And I mean, again, if they score that one, it's already only going to add to the fire. It's already kind of a blowout.
I mean, it's not like they're
Jalen Richardson's back.
I
Could
mean,
he be punting this one?
is it too early to say that they're out of the game, or is like what's going on here?
You can never count any team out.
1:17 to go.
Here's a
Richardson
kick.
punts.
Not bad. And it's gotten, oh, dang.
Richardson holds on. Not my bad. Anderson holds on to it.
And there's a down MA. And
He's up.
he's up. I saw a mouth guard fly off
Anderson
someone, though.
slid into that one and just took what he could get. It will be at the 42-yard line, and
I'm very interested to see what the MA offense can come up with. You have 1 minute and not
Neal
really a 2-minute drill here, but
or try to go for the 35-3 lead or even the 31-3 lead.
punch it in. You have to punch it in. Take as many plays as you can get.
Just remember, you're getting it back, so. They have good field position, but.
And they're going to have to go no huddle, no timeouts remaining.
There,
Caught by
Alexander.
Anderson.
Going, flag down. Going,
Anderson breaks
still running, and
another.
he'll get inside
The 10.
20, but there was a flag down. This
Well,
could be something.
Flag down at the 32.
I mean, that helps when you have a speedy receiver. You can just throw to him, and he can do the rest of the work there. Good chunk of yardage, but seems like it could be coming back. Yes, it is.
Ooh.
That's
Rough
a big
one.
penalty.
With 57 to
57.
go, do they kneel it out now? Or do they try it again?
I think you got to try it again. They got about 30 yards in less than, 10 seconds. So I'm trying that again. Justin Anderson is a lethal weapon. If it were up to me, I would just run a screen or something, try to get him going, because the tackling has also been very poor for Menlo today. Not a very good tackling team.
And we'll try it again with 57 seconds left. What
Number
can they
5, Jaden Richardson has a hard task right now because the receivers are coming fast and strong for MA.
do? There, big throw.
He's open.
Oh, just too much. And
Overthrew him
I like
there.
it.
He had him.
I like it. I like it a lot. They're going aggressively. They're not backing down. There's 51 seconds remaining, and I feel like they can get in there, get in the end zone, and punch it in. He overthrew him just a tad bit. I think just a matter of seconds or a second. Justin Anderson's in. Snap taken and a whistle gone before.
Yeah, Ensign took it, but it quickly didn't really last there. But
So 50.4 seconds remaining as we're just ready to close out this half.
after the half, we will have all new play-by-plays and colors and a whole new talent group. Finally looking, and this could be something that MA's looking at a final play. We'll just see if what they will do for this play. Will they go for it, or will they slack off and know that they're getting the ball back anyway?
Talking it over with his team is Coach Robert Potty.
Hey, I'm all for the aggressive play calling here. I want to see MA score a touchdown before we have to switch over for the broadcast because we have a new crew coming in on this for the second half.
Yeah. Back and we're ready. 50.4. Ensign takes a snap. They're looking long. He has man on, and there's nothing he can do about that.
Oh, he had a nice screen developing there, but threw it low. And that's a disadvantage.
Now are they just going to take a knee? Because
Brian Mahatre.
Menlo has no timeouts to get the ball back. Maybe now they'll just take a knee or try to huck one up on 3rd and 15.
Try it. Keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. I would not give up on this offense. This offense is explosive right now.
If O-line can stop, they can have time for the receivers. Ensign takes a snap. They're looking long again. Did it. He'll look, and that will be a first down. Oh, he looks like he caught out of bounds. Or did he step out? And yes, he caught it inbound, stepped out, though. And now it will be a first down, I think. Yes. It's-
4th and 6 is the call.
Yeah, it's not a first down. Will they go for
They
it?
might just kneel this one out. No, Ennison's back.
Ensign's back. I mean, it's worth it to go for it. They might even produce something out of this, and they're getting the ball back. Ensign throws long and caught.
Anderson hit. Bounces
Oh.
off, going the wrong direction.
And, well,
He is shifty. He is very shifty.
worth
You
it
gotta keep going.
again. Wow. Of course, it was Justin Anderson. They're
gotta-
signing up quickly.
You got to hurry up. You have about 25
spikes it.
seconds.
Snaps it. Spikes it, my bad. With 27 seconds to go. They really want to get in the end zone here.
This is a big drive. It's important. And what can we say? Anything can happen.
Oh, clock's still running. Clock was running after that play. And
Caught!
Jack Anderson.
Justin Anderson, and he will be taken down there.
And the flag is down, stopped at 9.9, no timeouts.
It looks like it's
Interesting
against,
stuff.
against the
Clock
defense.
was running there even after he spiked the ball. Don't know what happened there, but
There was a flag, though.
I believe it's against Menlo, though, but they're going to have to snap it awfully quickly here. And Coach Rory Potty's yelling on the sideline. So they're going to advance his ball a little bit. And that flag is huge.
Or throw.
They might. Here it is. This is it. This is the big choice, and this is what they've really, the big thing's been about.
And did they
Well, the clock is going, so a little bit of confusion here between the
did they
timing.
spike it?
Clock is go time.
I believe they spiked it, yeah. But
You
they
had a stuffed clock though.
And the clock was already stopped. Whatever, it's still first down and 9 for some reason. And it took by Ensign, up.
the fade,
Whoa.
caught! Touchdown!
Was he in bounds?
Yes, he was!
Touchdown. 2.8 seconds to go.
Hey, always
Again.
believe in this offense. This offense is so explosive.
Guess what?
Who do
Water's
they-
flying again in the MA stands.
Look at that catch right there as you see on the replay.
And I think that was Justin Anderson himself, the guy coming off of an injury, coming off of big catches.
He
What a play.
has been electric tonight, and I'm not saying that just because he's a good player. He has actually been doing what he's been needing to do.
One-handed interception and a couple of touchdowns is the PAT.
Drilled
good.
through.
35
by
to
32.
3,
So,
man.
guys, that does it for a second half, I guess, huh? 2.8
Yeah.
seconds remaining.
Everybody very excited about this outcome. Thank you, everybody, for watching this first half. First half is now going to leave. And still
The
2.8
kick-
seconds.
The kickoff will probably
It will
wrap
have,
up this half of football
have no meaning at all, but
at Coach Parks Field in Menlo-Atherton, California.
I mean, it's just been an explosive offense for Menlo.
when it's your
Atherton.
homecoming, I mean, big, big, big. Squib kick will end this game.
This half?
End the half.
The score at the end of the first half, it's all MA. They lead 35-3, again 35-3 for Sine and Webb. I've been Kieran. Come back for the second half of play. We'll have Bayer, Judge, and Julio commentating for you. Thanks for watching this first half with us. 35-3 MA, all over Menlo at home for homecoming.
Hey, I'm the only one up here, but I can do it. I'm ready to go live. I'm ready. I'm the only one, but I got everything ready. Yep, I got it. Can I go? All right, and welcome back to Coach Parks Field here in Menlo, California. At the half, we have the Bears leading the Knights by a score of 35-3. Just a great performance on offense, especially by the QB Ensign. Ensign has had an incredible game, and he's been really special and been a big factor.
Sean graduated in 1996, lettered in football and wrestling. He was selected to the PAF.
Now we have a tribute to one of the old high school coaches that played here.
Player of the Year. He went on to UC Berkeley, where he was a 5-time national champion with the Cal Rugby program and a 3-time.
You gonna be commentating with us today?
Longtime swim coach and NA teacher Rick Longyear is his wife Sally.
So after such an explosive first half for the Bears, what are they looking to do coming up here? Do you say, okay, let's go for a more conservative approach, or do you say, keep doing it, keep doing the same way, and don't be conservative at all? What way are you going?
Well, in my personal opinion, I would think they would be more conservative and like kind of like, you know, play on like what they've been doing for the past like, you know, almost hour. The first half, they've been doing really good. As you can see, the score is 35-3. Menlo-Atherton has been putting in a lot of great offense and a great defense. From my first game, they haven't been doing so well, but this game they look like they improved a lot, and they found their flaws, and now they're just doing very good, and they're like, you know, doing very well.
And one of the interesting things with this game and these teams is that coming into this game, they both had the same record.
Yeah, that was one of the things I found last night studying this game before I came here today. Both teams 4-2, both undefeated in league matchups, both undefeated against common opponents. MA beat Terra Nova, and Menlo still has yet to play Terra Nova. Menlo has beat Half Moon Bay. MA is en route to play Half Moon Bay, but MA has also beat Aragon. Get this, 41-zip. You know, so I think, as back to that comment of being conservative or not, they're still going to go and get hungry. They're still going to do damage because that's what they do. They're that kind of team. But at what point do you start getting overzealous with that hunger? You know, because that, you know, it's like if Menlo can harness that hunger and turn it against MA somehow, they could do a lot of damage in this second half.
Yeah, just a quick update for college football. We have Utah up on Arizona right now, and USF beat Tulsa earlier today. So, yeah.
Well, if you guys are just tuning in, I'm Julio, and alongside with me are...
I'm Thayer Cager.
Judge Gantrell returning for first football game in a while, and it's a good one. Menlo-Atherton is at home. Coach Parks Field taking on the Menlo Knights. It's the Battle of Menlo Park. Who's going to come out top? 35-3, MA leads it, but we still have a whole second half of play coming up.
This is a nice appetizer, this game, for tomorrow's big games. We have Wisconsin and Michigan, and then we have later in the day we have Georgia and LSU, along with Oregon and Washington. So a lot of big games tomorrow. So this is a nice appetizer, and there's a lot to look forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, amazing stuff can be done on all of those teams, and I look forward to looking at those games a lot. Definitely going to be analyzing those games and some of the players on there and looking for what can be improved and what they should keep that going and develop on that. But let's take a look. Let's take a look at these numbers. Last night, courtesy of Max Preps, I did a lot of research. Rush yards per game, MA beats Menlo 167.3 rushing yards per game, whereas Menlo only has 118.5. But Menlo beats MA in 4 other different categories. Pass yards per game, 158.7 over 74.2. Total yards per game, 277.2 over 241.5. So this, as I thought, this would play in a major factor in how the game goes. Obviously, that's not the case. Look at the score, 35-3. Menlo's barely been able to do anything, both defensively and offensively. The run game, the pass game, nothing has worked so far for them.
That's right, and one of the interesting things is, although Menlo has more passing yards in the previous games, their pass has just been shut down tonight. If anything, they've had to run it to get anything going.
And we know that's not a good thing.
Worked.
Yeah, we know that's not a good thing because, as I said, MA's got the rushing yards and tackles per game. Menlo, and that's the thing, tackles per game, Menlo beats MA with 57.3 over 43.7. So that hasn't even been played as a big factor. 35 points given up by the Menlo defense.
That is too many. And if they even want to get in this game, just get back in it at all, they're going to have to do something about it. Will they do it? Well, we're about to find out. We're just approaching the start of the second half.
Anything you guys like to say for predictions on the second half?
I don't know. I really think MA is going to run away with it. Their pass game is so strong with Ensign behind the center. And yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's tough to call because, I mean, although it looks like Menlo's out of it right now, as you can see, we're about a little more than a minute away from the game, from the second half, 35-3. MA is just dominated, you know? But, I mean, games can turn on a dime. We've seen it time and time again in professional league, in college, and in high school. These games can flip like that.
We've seen it here
I don't know.
MA.
We've seen it here at MA, exactly right. So, I mean, but will Menlo have the drive? Will they have the power to be able to mount a comeback in this game?
Well, from what MA has done, like in the past half, it's pretty impressive. I gotta admit. Have you seen, like, you guys saw that Odell freaking catch, and it was like it was really nice. I gotta admit. So like plays like that are like,
they energize the team.
Yeah.
It makes that team feel and play differently.
Well, not just the team, also the crowd, because the crowd was on their feet most of the time today because of what MA has done and put onto the field in the game.
Yeah, man, I was working a camera earlier in the game, first half, and it was just electrifying in my section. It was going nuts.
It was haywire.
Things were all over the place. It was everywhere, doing all sorts of crazy nonsense. Everything was going on because that's what MA's spirit is all about. They come out and they support the people who put the work in on this field, and that's what gets this MA team pumping. Knowing that they've got a student body behind their back gives them that extra boost, which is why part of the reason it's 35-3. That mentality, it's a big factor, and the MA crowd has been able to get into the heads of the Menlo Knights. And I've said this time and time again every time I call an MA game, mentality is not something that can be slept on. It is a big, big deal.
And here we go. Menlo-Atherton is back to return.
And we'll begin the kickoff with Menlo.
Dylan Grady off to kick it off, the 6', 180-pound senior. And the second half is underway. And that is returned. He is going to take it out to the 20, to the 25, and he finds the hole. There he goes, the other way. 30, 20.
Rumble, young man, rumble.
And he steps out of bounds.
That would have been a great, wow, dude, already into the game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, you have to be ready for those kind of big plays. They weren't expecting a big push like that, but you have to be ready for everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. I mean, that run was just fantastic.
It was fantastic, but unfortunately, it is coming back. There was an illegal block in the back by the Menlo-Atherton return team. And those penalties are huge.
That's something you cannot do, especially off a big run like that. You know you have the power, and you know you have the backup of your other teammates to help you block the defenders. No need to get a penalty on that play. Results in a loss of yardage, and that's going to hurt them.
Yep, that's right. And they're backed up to their own 15-yard line. Ensign on the field. Ensign is going to hand it off, and that is taken out for the first down.
Excellent blocking there, no foul drawn. Excellent way to block, keeping the ball moving, keeping the chains moving, getting those extra yards for the first down, keeping this drive alive early on.
Great run by Himuli, the running back, the senior, 6'2", 220 pounds. And that's a big running back. A really big running back. You see, most running backs now are 5'9".
Yeah.
They really are. But that's a big running back. All right. Ensign takes the snap, and they are going to give it to him again. And there it is, Hawkins.
All right, that was a good run, that play. Not the first down, not too many yardage, but that was a good run to set up a nice second down. That's a perfect run. No need to get the extra yards or push forward. That can result in a fumble. Great yardage on the play. Now there's a potential for a pass. Let's see what MA goes with.
All right, 2nd and 5 for the Menlo-Atherton Bears. And even with this game being quite a blowout, the student section here is into it, and the whole crowd is into it.
Yeah,
in
man.
the pistol, takes the snap. They are going to give it to Hawkins, and he is wrapped up for a loss of 1.
Now that's the kind of ferocity Menlo's going to have to keep throughout the rest of this game. That was a good stop by the Menlo defense. That's where you see the tackles per game come into play. They need to see more of that. We need to see more ferocity, more aggressiveness, and that will help them get the ball to their offense so their offense can do something. You got a 3rd down and a loss of yardage situation here. This is where you need to capitalize, get that 1st down, and get the ball back for your offense.
All right, 3rd and 6 for the Bears. Again, Henson in the pistol. Takes a snap, and they are going to give it to Hawkins. And Hawkins is wrapped up, and here comes the kicking unit.
Yep. Well, that was a good stop there by Menlo's defense. But, I mean, it's back to that conservative versus aggressive thing. It looks like Coach Ravi Patti is playing the conservative here. He knows he's got the lead. It's a good one at that. He doesn't need to go big or go home. He's got the lead. He's in a comfortable position. He's going to run the ball, get the yards, get the 4th down, unfortunately. But he knows that his defense will be able to pick up the slack and get the ball back to his offense.
That's right. They're back and strong safety. Destin Hawkins, it seems like he's in there on every play. He is the leader. He is the core of this team.
When you see guys like that making plays like that, you know you're going to have a strong secondary. You know you're going to have a strong defense, and that's the kind of people you want on the field on a daily basis, in and out of practice, in and out of games. You want him on that field to be a team leader.
Number 5, Richardson, back to take the kick and return. And the kick is touched by Peyton, the 5'8" senior, 175 pounds.
Beautiful night for football. The sun has set in Menlo Park, California. It has been a great day all around. JV squad of MA gets the win over the JV Menlo Knights. Fantastic game it was. I got to see a little bit of that. I got to see the entire second half, and what a game it was. It really was something amazing. So congratulations to the JV Menlo-Atherton Bears. Let's see if the varsity team will be able to carry on
a 2-0 sweep for the night. And here we go. Number 7, Sellers takes the snap as the quarterback. He is going to shovel it to number 44, actually, and he is wrapped up.
The ball came out there. We thought it was going to be a fumble. The crowd sort of anticipated a little bit of a fumble, but no, the ref said his knee was down before the ball came out, so it will still be Menlo's ball, 2nd down.
All right, here we go. Menlo is 7 minutes and 28 seconds remaining. It's 2nd down.
All right,
10
Sellers
to go.
in the shotgun. He is going to throw it.
Intercepted!
Whoa!
Going for it all.
No, it was not close. It would have been a touchdown if, look at this replay right here.
And look at this. Number 7 comes up with the pick. Norton, the cornerback and receiver, the 6 foot, 170-pound junior.
Wow.
Yeah, great. I mean, that's what you call defense right there. Rely on your linemen to get in and penetrate that O-line to get to the quarterback, to pressure him into throwing a bad pass like that. Therefore, the secondary can capitalize on it, gets the interception, and now they are in the red zone.
And Henson for the Menlo-Atherton Bears is back on the field. At any point, do you think about resting your starters here, or do you keep pounding it down their throats?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, again, it's tough to call. I mean, Coach out here, Ravi Patti, he knows what he's doing, and he's been doing it for a long time. I've had the pleasure of calling many games where I've seen him win many situations.
Henson in the pistol. They are going to hand it off to number 1, Peyton.
Touchdown!
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Bears. And they just keep extending the lead one touchdown after another.
Let's look at this replay
Touchdown
right here.
Bears.
And there is a late flag on the play.
Whoa.
And Coach Adhir Ravipati is upset. He is upset indeed.
But
Talking
the
over.
play stands, so that is a touchdown, and they extend their lead.
What I noticed in the play is that there was like a sort of opening that Menlo left open, and it just like gave the chance for Menlo-Atherton to just go through and make a touchdown.
Yeah, and if you're Menlo, that's something you do not need. Now the lead's going to extend to 42-3, and this is looking a lot like the game MA had against Aragon at Aragon, except we're at home and MA is doing this kind of damage.
All right, and the extra point hits the crossbar, but it is good. It gets through the uprights, and Menlo-Atherton has the lead 42-3. One of the things with this game is seeing their quarterback, Edson, and his leadership. Being the leader on your team, that doesn't only mean playing well and doing all that and encouraging your team. It means doing both. It really does.
Yeah.
And he does such a great job of doing that, and I really feel that he is leading the team, and therefore here tonight, it's 42-3.
It's great that you talk about team leaders because I got a bunch of them, but I'm going to add some statistics and some numbers to them. You're talking about rushing yards per game. Destin Hawkins leads MA. You're talking about passing yards per game. Jaden Barker leads MA. You're talking about total yards per game. Again, Jaden Barker leads this team. Now let's take a look at the Menlo side before this kick gets underway. Samson Axe leads the Menlo squad rushing yards per game. Kevin Alarcon leads passing yards and total yards.
And the kick is underway. Number 5, Richardson takes it out from near the end zone, and he finds an opening, and there he goes, down across their own 40-yard line, and that is a great return for the Menlo Knights. Wow.
That's the kind of return you need, and especially in your situation. You don't have a lot of time left on the clock in the third quarter, but you have all of the fourth quarter. This is where you need to make a play. It is vital and it is important. If they don't make a play here, the game can be sealed away with just one more devastating touchdown. A little more than 5 minutes. 5 minutes now on the clock. 42-3. Menlo desperately needs to score. First down for them.
Okay. And number 7, Sellers, is in the shotgun. Number 21 in motion, Pimlott. Sellers takes the snap, and they are going to run it, and he is wrapped up. That was actually wrapped up by that D-line, and that D-line put so much pressure on him. It is unbelievable how much pressure they can put on that line.
Absolutely. I mean, that was just devastating. He was just succumbed. He was overwhelmed with the amount of pressure and the amount of force coming from that defensive line on the MA side. And, I mean, that's where the sacks per game comes in. I mean, MA beats Menlo with sacks 1.8 over 1.2. But, I mean, it's still it's not really anybody's game, but I mean, Menlo still has a chance. They just need to have the drive, make the smart plays.
Okay. Sellers sends Grady in motion. Sellers drops back. He looks, and he is getting chased, and he is wrapped up for a loss.
Take another look at this play as a whole. I mean, as you look at the replay, I mean, he was forced to move to the outside, and the MA has been doing that the entire night, and they know that's where they can beat him, and that's exactly what they did there. It was very strategic by the MA defense and Coach Adhir Ravipati and the defensive coordinator on the MA side to get the ball moving out to the outside with the quarterback to get the sack. Excellent job there.
All right, it is 3rd and long for the Knights. Even though they're basically out of this game, hey, might as well rack up a couple yards, eh?
I mean, they can still score a couple of points if they're smart. Throw the big pass, make the smart play, make the smart pass, get the good yardage.
All right, Sellers in the shotgun. Sends Pimlott in motion. Sellers takes the snap, and they're going to fake the handoff. He's going to throw across the middle, and he is hit, and that pass was caught by Grady, one of the captains, the 6 foot, 180-pound senior. Nice catch there, and
Not going to get them much, though. They still have about 7 yards left to go on a 4th down situation. It's really up to the head coach of Menlo here. I mean, do you go for it in this situation? Of course you do. What else do you do? You're down 42-3. You don't have that much time in the 3rd quarter. You still have all of the 4th quarter, yet still punting the ball is a risky move, and putting it back into the hands of MA, you have to go for it.
That's a great point, and looks like we have a timeout here as they will take a break with 2:08 left in the 3rd quarter.
And now maybe head coach rethinking it. You know, MA has been stopping the run. MA has been stopping the move out to the outside, the play action, the pass in general. MA's defense has been shutting down Menlo all night long. And, I mean, the Menlo coaching staff, they know this. So they might want to take the smart decision and punt the ball away. But, I mean, what do we do here? I mean, you're down 42-3. They put you in a predicament. They put you in a conundrum. We'll see how this plays out.
Just a quick update from around we have Palo Alto leading Fremont 40-3. Palo Alto with the great year with Keller Christ, brother Jackson Christ, taking the stats under center for Palo Alto. Fremont, on the other hand, they're having a little rough season, but St. Ignatius, I think they're a very good team, you know?
Yeah.
They have many good players. Pally did beat them. However, yeah, it just two very good teams, and who knows, they could see them later down the road in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. Sellers in the shotgun. 4th and 7 for the Menlo Knights. Sellers takes the snap. He rolls. He throws, and a little bit of a miscommunication there as it was intended for Jack Pimlott. And the Menlo-Atherton offense will come back out on the field now and take over on downs.
Those balls have been thrown all night long, and the thing about this is you cannot throw those balls. He's been overthrowing it and underthrowing it and just not hitting his mark, and that's something you desperately need to do, especially with a little over a minute left to go in the 3rd quarter and just the full 4th quarter left in this game. You want to mount a comeback, you need to make the passes.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Just really poor performance tonight.
Yeah.
For Menlo Knights. And, you know, if you're the head coach, what do you say to them when they come in the locker room? Do you keep it positive, negative, or not say anything? Just let them regroup and think about them themselves. What do you do?
I mean, somewhere in there you're going to have a little self-reflection, but you're also going to want to make sure that you guys aren't thinking on the negative.
Meanwhile, fumble snap, but he recovers it, and he dives. Henson dives to the ground.
You know, that was a smart play right there. He knew that he was going to get smothered and lose a lot more yardage rather than just going down on his own and losing just a little yardage. He knows he's got this game in the bag. His team has pretty much got the game won already. Just take the loss of yardage, get a few more conversions, punt the ball away on 4th down, heading into the 4th quarter.
That's right, and they will let the clock for the 3rd quarter wind down. And here comes the 4th quarter. The score is pretty lopsided, though, 42-3 in favor of the Menlo-Atherton Bears against the Menlo Knights.
Yeah, well, I mean, you were talking about teams and you were talking about standings. Well, let's take a look at the Peninsula Bay standings. I found out last night doing a little research, Sacred Heart Prep is outstanding 6-0 undefeated. They lead the leaderboards. Terra Nova follows behind them 5-1. Terra Nova lost to, it was MA 30-8. So that was the only loss Terra Nova suffered. 3rd place. This is the battle for 3rd place. This is another good key point. This is a battle for 3rd place. Menlo-Atherton and Menlo are both 4-2, but tonight one of them will go 4-3. It's looking like Menlo, but who knows? We still have a whole quarter of play. Anything is possible. But should Menlo lose, they'll go down to the 4th place spot, going 4-3, and Menlo-Atherton will take the 3rd place spot, 5-3. 5-3. Half Moon Bay is in the 5th place position, and Oregon is in last place, devastating. 0-6, hasn't won a game. It's got to be devastating for them. So a rough playoff picture for all. Some good, some rough. We'll see how the rest of the year pans out.
Meanwhile, Hawkins is wrapped up, and that will bring up second down. Pardon me, third down. Third down for Menlo-Atherton.
If you guys can hear the crowd right now, they are like on fire. They are hyped. They are like, oh yeah, we're winning. Woo!
It is just electric. If you can hear them, you know they are going crazy. It is electrifying.
They're going, woo, yeah.
All right. Draws back, and he finds Garza.
Great play there. You got the first down. The clock's gonna continue to tick down, taking away the minutes from this Menlo team. Great strategy here. Wants to keep this drive alive, wants to keep the clock ticking so Menlo does not have any time to mount a comeback. Very smart, very strategic.
That's right, and we are approaching 10.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter here.
See, Judge, I just want to say that basically why they're using strategies, the reason why they are winning by a lot. I'm not even joking. They're winning by a lot because of strategy. They're winning because of they're mixing tactic and strategy together.
Oh, that's right.
Ensign trying to go through. Barker gets there. No, it is not a touchdown.
And a flag comes in late. We will see who this is on.
Now this one might be coming back as you take another look at this. Excellent job by the O-line getting the blocks in, making holes for their running back. He gets around the outside.
As you can see, Barker is trying to go through. He finds an opening.
Yeah.
And just keeps going through, and then there I think is where we see a flag.
But it won't matter. It won't matter as it's coming back now. I believe it is a hold, but let's see.
And I mean, that's something in a regular game, that's something you'd want to avoid. But I mean, look at this. MA is dominating the game. They can take these like it's nothing. They can take these penalties all day, and it wouldn't matter. It would not change the score.
It would not do anything. It would not affect them. It would only just bring them down a little bit. But really, this didn't do much. They just returned back to where they were, and it's now 1st and 13.
That's right.
Well, you know, here, every Friday night when I come and I have the honor of calling one of these MA games, I love to call it Friday Night Lights, and that's something that is stuck with this MA crowd, with this MA team, with MC Sports, and it's just a great thing. And what a Friday night it has been. I mean, we have seen the JV dominate. And
Parker
Varsity
running, and
good run there.
Out of bounds.
Good run there. Keeps the drive going.
Yeah, that will be a second down.
Keeps the drive going. Second down and short situation here.
And now it's about 2 and 6.
2nd and 6 here with under 8 minutes to play.
Yeah, I mean, what a Friday night has been. JV dominates, wins their game against Menlo. Varsity is dominating and winning their game against Menlo. What a Friday night it has been for the MA Bears. One of the reasons why I love and enjoy calling Friday nights.
I wanted to update you guys on high school sports. Gunn loses 34-48 against Saratoga on their senior night. Wow. Ooh.
Tough loss there for Gunn, but I have faith in them, and I'm pretty sure they'll be able to bounce back and regroup and figure out what they need to do for next week's games.
Getting ready for a snap. Snap. Hands it off. And, ooh, gets wrapped up right there.
And that's a fumble on the play, recovered by the Menlo defense. And here we go. Things are starting to shift, but it may be too late, gentlemen, as there's literally just a little over 6 minutes left in this game. But Menlo's got a chance to at least score one touchdown before the end of regulation.
That's right, and I think it is too late, but hey, the more points, the better.
Menlo tried to, put in the defense, put in the offense, but they failed. Menlo-Atherton just went through and just dominated this whole game today.
Definitely, absolutely, amazing performance, dominance there. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, welcome. It's MC Sports. It's Friday Night Lights, as I love to call it. I'm joined by my broadcast colleagues.
Thayer Kacher.
And I am Julio Enriquez.
And we are here bringing you the game. If you've missed it, you've missed quite a treat. 42-3, first down in the fourth quarter, less than 6 minutes on the clock.
You guys can check us out on YouTube or go to our website to look at all the highlights and full games.
And stay tuned, because I have a little treat for you guys. I'm going to give you a little post-game show, telling you what you missed and what key things you want to look out for, and some things that you want to point out going into next week. So stay tuned. Don't leave after the game.
You guys stay here because we got a treat for you guys. Menlo is 1st and 10 now. Again, ball's on the 39. We got 5 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. Menlo-Atherton 42, Menlo 3. Menlo ready for a snap.
Menlo's got to capitalize here. If they don't, this game is pretty much over.
The snap. Sellers gets sacked.
Smothered.
Good
by
tackle
MA.
And that's great pressure by the defense there. And whenever you can put pressure on the quarterback, that's huge, because when the quarterback feels pressured, that's all good news. That's all good news for your team.
Yeah, and I mean, MA is not letting go of the throttle as you take a look at the scoreboard. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left in this game, 42-3. Second down and 13 to go. Ball's on Menlo's 36. Ball's on Menlo's 36. Second and 13, and there's going to be what I believe is a timeout on the play.
Can I just say something? Menlo has had so many weak spots in this whole game, and that's why they haven't gotten a chance to get more than double digits. They haven't gone in double digits, and I've seen a bunch of weak spots. Counting that touchdown that they made earlier, just wow. Menlo's got
and I wouldn't say as much weak spots. I would say missed opportunities as a whole. Okay, I missed opportunities that Menlo, there has been a lot of opportunities where Menlo could have capitalized, but they didn't. Whether it was interceptions, we saw a lot of those. A fumble, we saw that. Missed passes, dropped passes. All these missed opportunities, had they been made, the score would be a lot closer, and it could be a lot different.
All right, we have 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter here. Let's see if Menlo can put up one final score before the lights go out and the final score is published.
the throw. Chen is knocked down. Great catch by Chen.
Absolutely great catch, but in this situation, the clock is still running. It is absolutely vital that you get out of bounds, stop the clock, more time
Look
for
at
your
that
team.
replay right there. Oh, well, you can't see much of it, but, you know, really good play, but didn't go that far. But they did get a first down, and ball's on the 43 on Menlo-Atherton's side.
And when they come to this ball and when the ball is snapped, they'll have just barely over 3 minutes left in the game. So it's very vital on this next play that someone gets out of bounds.
Sellers, the throw to Chen, and it's not there.
And this is what I'm talking about. Those kind of plays, those kind of missed opportunities is what has been hurting this team. So the game's going to keep rolling. The clock's going to keep ticking.
It's 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining.
Is that
Getting ready for a snap. Sellers. He is running. Running. Looks like there's going to be a flag on the play. I saw that there was a flag on a play. I did not notice. Did you guys notice what the flag
Yeah, it was a horse collar.
was? Ooh.
That's a tough penalty. You know, it's interesting because they didn't used to have that rule, and so many guys started doing that.
Yeah, and I mean, that's sort of kind of why it was instituted, because it was becoming a big deal, and coaches were getting a little annoyed that that play wasn't called for something, unnecessary roughness, offensive foul, personal foul, something, so it was instituted.
And one of the crazy things, too, is that we're just in this place that both teams have penalties, so they did offset. But, hey, you got to be careful because next time it could cost you.
Yeah.
And now we are 2nd and 10 once again.
We are approaching. We are approaching 1 minute to play here in the 4th quarter.
If Menlo can get at least double digits in under these 1 minute in this 1 minute, then that would be amazing. Wow. The snap to Sellers. Sellers looking for an open man. Sacked. It looks like he's been sacked. The clock is still running. 50 seconds remaining.
And I think at this point, you pretty much call it. That's it.
Yeah,
that's
it. That's it. No, I gotta be honest with you, Judge. That's it. That's the game. 42-3.
I mean, hey, great effort. I mean, they kept pulling, they kept pushing, they didn't give up, and that's what you want out of a team. You want a team that's going to keep going. The score could have been 100-5. They still would have kept going, and they still would have taken the loss, but nonetheless, they would have kept going, and they would have kept going until you heard the final buzzer.
All right, well, the final score here for tonight is Menlo-Atherton 42 and the Menlo Knights 3.
From my partners and colleagues right here, I'm Julio Enriquez signing off. And I just wanted to say that Menlo-Atherton has put in a great effort in today's game, and Menlo has tried striving forward, but they just couldn't. But they've equally put the same amount of effort to, play the game. Judge?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to the MA team, Coach Ed here, Ravi Patti, and all the Menlo team. We're going to give you a quick post-game updates for both of these teams and around their league. Great game. Let's start to talk about the JV. I got to see the JV second half, and they just dominated. I believe the final score came out to about 31-0. Okay,
wow,
and that was just an amazing game. Amazing game as a whole. JV came out, got it done. Let's get into the varsity game. Boom. All the way, expecting it to be a great game. Both teams go into it 4-2, both in 3rd place in their league, the Peninsula Bay Sacred Heart Prep. First place, hasn't lost a game, 6-0. Terra Nova, 5-1 in 2nd place. Menlo-Atherton and Menlo School were both 4-2, so they entered this game tied for 3rd place. But now, since Menlo has lost, they'll move to the 4th place spot and go 4-3. And Half Moon Bay goes 3-3. Aragon hasn't won a game, 0-6, 6th place spot.
And is this it for Menlo? Is this it for the Menlo Knights? Are they done for the season, or do you still give them hope? Do you say, hey, you're gonna go to practice, you're gonna develop, you're gonna get better, or is this it?
I mean, you could come back, you could mount a win. You get a win next week, you get a win next week, that'll put you at 5-3, and you'll be in a great position. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. But that's gonna do it for us. That's all the time we have. Just a quick update around the league. We'll give you more. We'll give you more on that when we come back. It's been a great game. It's been a great night. Friday Night Lights, under the lights. It's been great all around.
Yeah.
For my broadcast partners, I'm Judge Cantrell signing off for MC Sports. We'll see you next time. We're out of here.
Peace.